Hey everyone, Sky here to discuss London Has Fallen, starring Gerard Butler, Aaron Eckhart, Morgan Freeman, Alan Abalboul, Angela Bassett, Robert Forster, Jackie Earle Haley, Melissa Leo, Rhoda Mitchell, and Sean O'Brien, and directed by Bobak Najafi. Forgive me if I said that wrong. So, I remember seeing this back in theaters, but I haven't seen it since. Will I still like it as the first? Let's figure it out. Mike Banning, returned by Gerard Butler, and President Ben Asher, returned by Aaron Eckhart, have a nice jogging. Meanwhile, a terrorist named Amir Bakawi, played by Alan Abalboul, plans on terrorizing London as the president of London dies and the government blows up Bakawi's daughter's wedding. And that's a fucked up way to open this movie. Not the jogging, that was a nice scene, but the bombing of the daughter's wedding is the fucked up scene. Mike with his wife Leah, returned by Rhoda Mitchell, are pregnant with a baby, and Mike is thinking of resignation from working at the White House, and that felt pretty fucking forced for a sequel to an action movie about protecting the President of the United States of America. And it's very thin because it's a new movie. There's a new movie coming up. Secret Service Director Lynn Jacobs, returned by Angela Bassett, is very nervous about the last-minute planning of London's president, and we get reintroduced to Morgan Freeman's character, Vice President Alan Trumbull, and this time, I don't really like him here. And how the fuck is he president in the next movie? Well, Ben's time is up. I guess I'll give it that. Let's see if next week will tell me. But Mike asks Lynn off-screen to be the godmother of him and his wife's baby, and I did like that little moment. That was nice. London's force gets fucked by terrorists, and they shoot all the leaders of other countries except Mike and Ben, or at least they try to, but do not succeed. And this plot is very thin for an action movie, and the action is all over the place here. While on a helicopter, Mike, Ben, and Lynn get shot down, and Lynn gets it the worst as she dies with something going through her chest, which made me so sad because I was liking her last time, and this time I felt very bad for Angela Bassett. But the scene has no effect. Meanwhile, Bakawi demands Vice President Trumbull to hand over the President Asher, or else everybody is killed on his hand. And that's a stupid demand to ask first, because nobody is going to give up the President of the United States of America. So yeah, that feels stupid. Mike and Ben go to an old colleague of Mike's named Jackson, excuse me very much, and they hear a message from Vice President Trumbull, and on having a way to get the fuck out of London and the terrorist war zone. And I thought throughout, what happened to Connor, aka Ben's son? Because I didn't see him in one frame in this movie. But hey, it's probably for the best to not include him in this movie. Some terrorists come inside the building of where they're hiding at, and an action scene occurs, and it ends with Ben shooting a terrorist, and Mike kind of tells a bad joke about Ben coming out of the closet, and he's right, it's not funny. But Jacqueline goes to her government to tell Vice President Trumbull where they're heading at, and the action sequence is poorly shot, as it looks like a video game, just like Mike and Ben almost escaping until the terrorists crash their car, and Ben gets captured in an again very fucking video game. The shootout sequence is absolutely endless and stagey and headache-worthy. I was having one myself, and it was that piss poor. The terrorist puts Ben live on television until Mike comes in and stops the live video, and fights the villain until a grenade is launched, and this is a very stagey, and the fight felt very choreographed. Mike makes the government agent blow up a building with them and plus the terrorists inside, and Mike and Ben jump out of the building, and everyone sees Mike and Ben are still alive, and it's very action movie cliche involving a president. The movie ends with Mike deciding whether he resignates or not, and decides, fuck it, I'll keep working. There's a new movie coming out in a few years, and I'm kind of happy with that as an ending. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 3.9 out of 10. This movie is definitely cliched, and I really like the cast, but they're in this headache mess of a movie. Some of the fight scenes are very choreographed, and I'm hopeful for the new movie because this is a dreadful piece of work. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to say it. It's very dreadful. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me, and next week I will be back with Angel Has Fallen. And until next time...